All right, man, peace. So now, as we all know, there's a major combat sports event coming up in late August. Floyd Mayweather will be fighting Conor McGregor in a unification match between the super champion of boxing against the super champion of the mixed martial arts world. They've recently also announced that on the undercard will be fighting Mr. Gervonta Tank Davis, who fights under the Mayweather banner. He's currently the world champion, or one of the world champions, at the 130-pound weight class. So let's see how they cover this story.
Floyd Mayweather has officially booked one of the best fighters in the world as a co-main event for the McGregor fight, and we are about to reveal who it is. Welcome to TMZ Sports. Evan here with Van and Michael J. Babcock. I am so excited for this because, look, when you think about Mayweather McGregor, that's a great fight, but the undercard, it's always like, who are they going to get?
It's always like, just get us to the big main event.
But here's the thing. They have booked a fighter that's one of my favorite fighters in the world. He is a violent, ferocious guy, and to me, he rounds out this card in a big way. Even though it's only one fight, it is a fight you are not going to want to miss. That fighter, Gervonta Tank Davis.
Well, first off, his name is Gervonta Tank Davis. And yes, he is a phenomenal fighter. I was going to do a video about him pertaining to his last performance against one of the Walsh brothers. I believe it was Liam Walsh that he beat down. But I wasn't able to upload it. But it was a fantastic performance. And, you know, just as an aside, when you look at Tank Davis, he is what will be known in the medieval time period as Tawny, Tawny. All right. Once again, the so-called light-skinned Negro or so-called light-skinned black man does not come from the Caucasian man having sex with the black woman. That's a false historical narrative that has been perpetuated by mass media to once again cast the Caucasian man as the engineer for so-called black people.
This dude is 18-0. He's 22 years old. He's one of the baddest up-and-coming fighters in the world. And in case you missed that fight in May, where he almost decapitated Liam Walsh.
Yeah, he has phenomenal, not just hand speed, but power in both hands. All right, he's going to be a major problem. I would love to see him get in there with Lomachenko.
Can we see a little bit of that fight real quick just to show you who Gervonta is? Yeah,
look at that. Almost took his head off. Yeah, he beat the hell out of him.
Yeah, so look, we actually got Tank Davis out and asked him how he felt about this fight. Take a look.
Everyone's talking. Are you going to be on this undercard? That's what everyone's saying. Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah.
So you're on the undercard with Floyd and Conor McGregor.
I'm the co-main event.
How does it feel to be on this card right
It
now?
feels great. Just having my hometown back me, Under Armour back me, Floyd Mayweather back me.
That's good. It looks like things are looking up for the brother. Now he has major corporate sponsorship, which means that his money's going to be making money. And that's a great thing. Hopefully somebody can take him aside and help him understand the money system so that he doesn't end up owing money when he shouldn't. All right. That's the major thing for the so-called black man to learn in this kingdom, as this kingdom is on its last legs.
I mean, so do you have any predictions for this fight? Do you like this guy? Do you know this guy who you're going against? Like, do you know who you're going against?
It's a few names that's been, that they mentioned, and I believe that both of them will get knocked out. So.
Yeah, one of the names, or the major name that I've heard is pretty much a definite, is Orlando Salido. Orlando Salido is the guy who beat Lomachenko in his first fight. So hopefully Mayweather Promotions is lining up the Salido fight for Tank to show out on Salido, which hopefully can translate to a Tank Davis fight against Lomachenko, maybe either late this year in December or early next year. He needs that fight because that's what's going to make him a superstar. He needs to get in there with a Lomachenko and beat a Lomachenko so that he can become recognized as a superstar. HBO has already built Lomachenko up as the greatest boxer of the last 40 years. And, you know, whenever you have a Caucasian boxer who has a lot of skills, they're going to make him look like a wizard. But when a so-called black boxer has a lot of skills and doesn't get hit, they'll say he's a runner. So, you know, Tank has the opportunity, hopefully, if he can get that fight, to really build himself up into a superstar. Right now, he's a star. He's known in the boxing world. but he's not known in the conventional world. That Lomachenko fight will go a long way into making him more known. And then hopefully later on next year, or maybe early 2019, he can beat Broner if he can get to Broner, and that will make him a superstar. That is most likely, I believe, what the business plan is. I think that's why Broner and Floyd kind of fell out, because I think that Broner realized that that he's in Mr. Davis's crosshairs under the orders of Mr. Mayweather. I believe that's why Floyd and Broner kind of fell out. You know, they had that little issue between Davis, Broner, and Floyd earlier this year. I believe that Adrian figured it out, but we'll see.
Yeah, so basically it's down to two. His opponent, they've pared it down to two potential fighters, and he isn't revealing those names yet. But he's saying no matter who they put up against him, these other two fighters, he's going to absolutely destroy whoever they put in front of him.
Well, if history is any judge, that's what he does.
Yeah, it's crazy though. He looks like such a mild-mannered kid. Seems so nice.
I wouldn't go that far. He looks like somebody who's a survivor. No, he has survived his environment. Maybe he's done the wrong things in his life, but he's been given a new lease on life. He's taken one of the gifts that the Most High gave him, and he's maximized it and monetized it. So good for him. It's good when you could take negativity and turn it into positivity, and something that he can build on for the future.
Nice. He doesn't seem violent.
Mild mannered, he's got a neck tattoo.
I agree with Van. The brother has a neck tattoo. You know, for you to let somebody put all them damn needles in your neck, you obviously, you obviously need an outlet for a lot of energy that's most likely negative. But you know, it is what it is.
Besides the neck tattoo, this guy's going to be a huge star. He just signed with Under Armour. He's going to be on the biggest card, biggest event of the year. He's going to be a superstar.
Let me tell you something. Tank is one of the most, look at the hand speed. Tank is one of the most exciting fighters.
Oh, he's going to cross over into pop culture,
and
man.
Tank, I think this is going to be the best card of the year. Really, man, this makes me think that Golden Boy has their work cut out for them in the fight after this one, man.
Golden Boy is on his last legs. That's why De La Hoya, the Fishnet King, that's why he held off Canelo as long as he could. All right, Canelo is his one and only bankable commodity. De La Hoya knows that. So this fight is everything. It wouldn't surprise me. You know, I shouldn't say that. But it wouldn't surprise me if they pay Golovkin to take the L. But I don't think that they will. I think that the fight's going to be on the up and up. I think that Golovkin is going to go all out, but I'm just saying it wouldn't shock me if it happens. All right? If you see Golovkin kind of pulling back from punches and letting Canelo get out of tough situations, you'll know what happened. All right? Because Canelo shouldn't have the foot speed to get away from Golovkin. What Canelo does have is great upper body movement from the waist. He's very good defensively from the waist up, but he does have slow feet. He is a great counter puncher. He's very sharp, but he does get tired. But like Gennady said he was waiting for Canelo to get the knockout on Chavez Jr.
It's true, and you know what? Like, to me, the Pacquiao-Mayweather fight, like, they didn't really pump up the undercard as much as they should have. And I feel like a lot of people miss some great fights. Like, Leo Santa Cruz is fighting in that undercard, and also...
Leo Santa Cruz is a one-dimensional fighter. He fights like a cyclone. But the Carl Frampton fight really made him mature and understand that he has to use his jab. He has to give ground sometime to throw off his opponent. He has to use his footwork. Sometimes you have to clinch. These are things that you must do to break off the rhythm of your opponent, especially when they're non-conventional like a Carl Frampton can be. All right, there are things that you can do to your opponent when you're constantly just coming forward. It becomes predictable. That style only works against basic fighters. All right, that come forward all the time style. That only works against certain fighters. Doesn't work against everybody. And the fight with Frampton, the first one, showed Leo Santa Cruz that, and he showed great maturity in the rematch.
So Lomachenko fought in the undercard, but no one really remembers that. This is a fight.
Lomachenko is a beast. Lomachenko is what you call a wonderkind. A lot like a Floyd Mayweather. All right, a wonderkind is somebody who's gifted from childhood, from birth, right? Who knows what he wants to be from 2 years old, 3 years old, right? That's a Floyd Mayweather. That's a Kobe Bryant. That's a a Lomachenko, right? You have certain people like that from 1.5, 2 years old. They know what they want to be, and they go at it from that age upward, right? They become masters at their craft.
Fight that's going to be on the undercard that you will remember, because I'm telling you, Gervonta Tank Davis is a killing machine. It is an entertaining fight. This is great. I'm so happy.
We should say though, Lomachenko is also a beast.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's a beast that no one.
Yes, Lomachenko is also a beast, and I think they kind of indirectly know that those two fighters are building up to meet each other. I believe they're both at 130. That's the next mega fight that needs to be made. Specifically if Tank beats Salido, seeing as Salido is the guy who beat Lomachenko. It only makes sense after that. But we'll see. I don't know if Floyd is going to want to put Tank in there with him. But Tank has kind of beat the timeline that Floyd set for him so far. So Floyd might just say, you know what, fuck it, let the kid in there and let him see. Let's see what he can do. But Lomachenko has freakish abilities. So we'll see.
No one remembers that from the Pacquiao undercard.
Right, that's because he did not get anybody's head off like Tank's gonna do.
Gervonta's going to. It's going to be an execution. I can't wait to see it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if it's going to be execution. Salido ain't no punk. If Tank walks through him, that's going to take it to a whole other level, because Salido is known to walk through guys' punches, and he hits very hard. He did it with Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia escaped from that fight by the skin of his teeth, because he was dominant early, and Salido started to dominate him later on in the fight. And we saw what he did to Lomachenko. But yeah, basically I expect big things from Tank. I also expect big things in this upcoming fight between Canelo and Triple G. But I'm definitely going to be watching that fight to see if Triple G shows any difference in his approach and his aggressiveness, because De La Hoya has a lot on the line financially. He really does. Like, that is his only fighter. And I want to see if Triple G is going to do what he needs to do to win that fight and cement his legacy. But you know, everything's going to be about performance. It's not going to be about result. But I expect that to be a very, very fireworks-filled fight. And I also expect Tank to fulfill his destiny and dominate at 130. Hopefully he can get in the ring with Lomachenko either late this year or early next year, and really cement himself as a elite pound-for-pound fighter. If he beats Lomachenko, he's definitely got to be up there in the top 5 to top 3. All right? But anyway, peace.